Hey guys, Steven is TheSalonGuy here, and I've got Chris with me. Chris has been in a couple of previous videos of mine, and I'm going to be giving him a really kind of new modern haircut that I think is going to be a big trend for 2017, but I want to do a little more of a step-by-step for you guys so you can understand what I'm doing with Chris's hair. Now, I do want to show you his hair now because I know I'm going to get a lot of questions saying, I want that haircut. Basically, I did a video of Chris, I think it was called like how to style curly hair, how to cut curly hair for men, which you can go back and watch. He grew his hair out from that haircut to this. So anyone who's asking what the lengths are for his current haircut, I mean, this is probably about 4 or 5 inches or so on the top of his hair. His hair is curly, so it will kind of shrink down. And then the sides, the same thing. I really tried to keep everything pretty even. So it's a good about 4.5 to 5 inches or so in length throughout the entire head. And I did go in and add some texture to it when I cut it. So he does have a really nice haircut now, but it's getting a little bit out of control through here. So I'm gonna take this all down kind of nice and tight into the sides, into the back, but I wanna leave the top here to make this like the focal point so he can slick it back, he can wear it over this way, and do a little more with it. So I'm ready to go, let's get started. All right, so let's start with how I'm sectioning this. And what I wanna do is I wanna take this relatively tighter in through with my shears, going in through here, and I created kind of like a diagonal section going back down this way, just because I wanna see a clear area of where I'm cutting in through here. And then I'm going to start to kind of bring this in and connect all of this. And there might be a slight disconnection, but not like a lot, but the key is to kind of gradually go from shorter to longer into this because I want this to be the focal point of the haircut. So I'm going to start cutting and then we'll come back when we're done with both sides and then in through this area.
Everybody. Drop. Everybody. Drop.
All right guys, so Chris's haircut is done, and what I want to do now is kind of break down for you step by step how I went about doing this, because it was a little complex. And Chris started out with a lot of hair, as you saw, a lot of curls, a lot of weight in through the sides and the back, and some length on top. And my whole goal was with this haircut was to recreate this and remove all that excess weight in through here and transform it to where this was the longest point in through here. So where instead of it all being balanced and even, I recreated it to make this the highlight of the whole thing. Now, one thing I do want to let you know is that everybody just wants to know how long the hair is. So here is the length right here, and his hair is really curly, so about the nose, and see how it wants to spring up like that? So keep in mind, if your hair is really curly, and you think that you cut your hair to here, that's good, it's gonna like spring up to like here. So you really gotta be careful, and that's why with curly and wavy hair, you do have that amazing option to work the hair down and work that curl into the shape, with it being a little more flexible as far as a styling option. So I do think that this is going to be more and more of a trend in 2017, a nice classic haircut. I didn't use clippers at all. I did it all by hand, to where, as you can see through here, it's tapered going from here to about right in through here. Now, I did create, I don't want to say like a hard disconnection, but I did create a little bit of a disconnection, but I texturized it in through here so that it does appear to be blended. But what I did is to remove some of that excess weight in through here, I went in and cut this going shorter to longer in through here, and then this longest point kind of hangs over this, so it is kind of technically disconnected, but it's a blended kind of disconnection where I went in and texturized it to kind of give it an illusion that's all working together. So this is probably about, I'd say, 2 inches to 2.5 right in through here, as you can see, and then it works into where this is a lot longer. So the entire top is probably about, I'd say, 5 inches in length, kind of where we originally started. And I went in and then I used the razor, which you saw, to really kind of soften in and notch into the hair to kind of break it up a little bit. I wasn't trying to disrupt the curl by really slicing the hair and really removing a lot of the weight, because I don't really like to do that on curly hair. Instead, I was notching the razor into the hair to really kind of break it up slightly, instead of slicing the hair off to remove that nice curl texture that he has, because I can disrupt it. I don't use razors a lot on curly hair, just for little techniques like that. And then I really worked this all in through the back here, did the same thing into this point, to where I went with the razor, and what I did is, you saw earlier, I took the razor and literally went right on the hair and scraped that excess weight off right in through here. And you can do that when the hair is a little bit heavier. Obviously, you want to know what you're doing. I suggest professionals only doing this, but you can go in and scrape that layer of weight to really make the hair a little bit thinner right in through here, which really, really works out, especially when the hair is growing out. Then I gave it a nice taper, a natural taper right into the bottom here, and I left his hair kind of a little bit damp, because we started when the hair was wet, and I like to cut wet into dry, and especially on curly hair, when you leave the hair a little more on the damp side, it does have a nicer kind of curl pattern and shape to it. It doesn't disrupt it as much. So I went in with my product HAZE, put this in when it was wet, and kind of created this natural kind of textured shape in through here. And HAZE was a great product for this, whether your hair is straight, whether your hair is curly or wavy. And then what you could also do is you can recreate this by maybe making like a hard part, and combing this over and creating more of a classic look with a really strong, powerful cream gel. Like I have something called Power Cream, which is a really, really strong holding cream gel. If you want that really sleek, firm holding look, that's great for that. But I want to give it a little more texture and something that he can just let it air dry, low maintenance, and this haircut is also going to grow out really, really well. Well, I know you all are going to be wondering, who Chris is and his Instagram, things like that. He's actually going to be, another ambassador for me. Obviously, he's a good-looking guy. He's got great hair, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of him, hopefully in the future, with different videos and on some social media. So definitely show him some love and support. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for more videos with the Salon Guy.